Hi, everybody. For this lecture, it's going to be your cycle time or CT. We have a total three pages. As you know about the cycle time, and you can say that uh, it's just a number to verify how long it's going to take for you to run the process from the start to finish. And we start from our cycle time equation. As I already mentioned in the class before, that's equal to WIP over light speed, where WIP is the work in progress, or simply number of wafers that need to be processed in the clean room to complete uh, the ship on the wafer. For the light speed is equal to outs, that means outputs, plus starts divided by 2, or the average, both term outs and start. And also your outs, that's equal to start multiplied by y, where y is yield. Start is just something like number of wafers, that's we call start. And your outs sometimes is equal to start, or sometimes it's less than start. It depends on yield, right? If your yield equal to 1, that means your outs going to be equal to start. And that's light speed. Just to be your starts, or the number of wafers to be processes. And also your start, that's the number of wafer. You simply calculate from the lowercase t divided by uppercase t, where t is daily turns. What does it mean, daily turns? We're going to talk about this one in the term of number of processes, or number of steps, or sometimes we call a number of moves. It means how many steps that you have to go through. That's per day, right? Daily. And then the uppercase T, that's turns per start. That means how many processes that need to be done to complete your ship, to have a ship on one wafer. Per start is mean for one wafer. So you're probably confused about this one. Sometimes we call number of processes, sometimes we call number of moves, sometimes we call number of starts. They are the same. Okay? So keep that in mind. Now we go to simplify your CT equation in the term of the work in progress, and the turns per start, daily turn, and yield. This is the final equation. You have a 2 multiplied by WIP and multiplied by uppercase T, divided by your daily turn, and then multiplied by 1 plus y, yield. Okay? That's your equation. Very simple. Now let's repeat this again. Terminology: WIP, that's mean work in progress, or number of wafers to go through processes. You looking for the chip on the wafer, right? So how many processes, how many moves, how many steps that you have to go through. The lowercase t, that's the daily turns. That's mean how many processes, or how many moves, how many steps you can finish in one day. The uppercase T, that's turns per start, or how many processes that you have to go through to complete one wafer. Okay, so it's not depend on the time. It just depend on one wafer. How many processes, how many moves, how many turns. Okay, this was written here. Um, if you compare, sometimes you ever heard about underloaded, balanced, overloaded. It means that if factory you have ability to run processes per week or per day equal to A. And for customer requirement, you also have the total number of processes needed to be uh, done per week or day equal to B. You compare between A and B. If for A greater than B, A belong to factory, right? Ability. That means the factory able to complete your products. So you still have a number of wafers that need to be processed. So that's why we call underload. If A equal to B, that means balance. This is very straightforward. But if A less than B, that means it's overloaded. Your factory uh, don't have a ability, like, or you cannot finish your product on time because it's overload. Okay, sorry for my in. I have to hold on. I have to hold my smartphone because I'm not sitting in front of computer. Now let's repeat cycle time again. That's equal to multiplied by work in progress, multiplied by turns per start, divided by daily turn, multiplied by 1 plus the yield. Okay, let's just repeat this one again. Um, Cycle time is required to be low as possible because you don't want to take too much time, right, to finish the product. From the cycle time reduction, or the cycle time reduction, you can take a look at the cycle time equation. Very straightforward. If you want minimize your cycle time, um, you need the WIP to be low possible, and you need your turns per start. That means the number of processes that need to be done to process one wafer. You don't want to have so many steps. For example, you want to uh, do CMOS on the wafer. Sometimes it takes like 72 steps. So you try to cut that down lower than 72. And you want to increase the denominator, and this is the daily turn. Okay, so that's mean you want to be able to run the process as many as processes as possible. The higher the better, right? And also you, of course, you want this one to close to 100, and that's what we're looking for. So um, if you want to reduce your cycle time, you just decrease WIT and T, and increase the daily turn and the yield. Okay, now take a look at the example. Given a factory that typically does 30,000 turns per day or 30K turns per day, and the number of wafers start per week is 5,000. You have 5,000 wafers that need to be processed per week. If the number of turns per start, that means you need to complete 50 steps to have chip on your wafer. Calculate the change in WIP after a week. Okay. Let's work out on the problem. For the customer requirement, number wafers start per week is 5,000, right? This is given. Or you have a 5,000 wafers. And number of turns per start is mean one wafer. You have to go through, how many turns? That's turns per start. 50. Then number of total turns per week, or number of steps, number of moves per week that you need to have to go through. You simply multiply 5,000 by 50, just right here. So that's give you what 250k turns per week. That's the customer requirement. Now, for factory capability, you can do the process, or you can do 30k turns per day. Now you're looking for per week, right? Because you want to compare with your customer requirement. So your factory capability in the term of number of turns per week, you simply multiply 30k turns per day, and a week you have 7 days per week. So that's give you what 210k turns per week. And you can see the number here. Let's take a look at the next page better. Customer requirement, you end up with 250k turns per week. And the factory capability, you end up with 210k turns per week. You can see that this is going to be your overload for a factory, because the customer requirement of turns per week is higher than the factory capability turns per week. And the difference is what? 250k minus 210k. That's give you 40k turns per week. That's overloaded. Or you want to consider the number of wafer, because as you were the change in WIP, or work in progress, after a week, you simply divide number of turns per week by 50 turns per week per start. Okay, because one wafer you need to go through 50 processes or turns, and now you have 40k turns per week. So you can calculate this one just to be out in the term of number of wafers. That's the 800 wafers per week, or sometimes we call it start. Okay. After a month, WIP will increase. You simply multiply by 4, because the 1 month you have 4 weeks. So you put 4 weeks, and weeks cancel out. You end up with 3,200 wafers or start per month. Okay. Now the last one before I wrap up this lecture note for this series. From the previous example, sorry, let me see here, EX. Calculate WIP for both factory and customer requirement if the yield equal to 98% for both. Sorry, not WIP, CT. My mistake again. Well, CT equation, you can consider WIP is mean WIP, the upper T, that's the turns per start. And for the daily turn, you simply multiply by number of wafers with the turns per start, right? Or number of turns per wafer. And you have how many wafer, you just multiply WIP by T. That's give you your daily turns, or number of turns, number of steps, number of moves that you need to be done per day. So you can see that CT not really independent of WIP and T, because they all cancel out. You end up with CT depend upon G only. That's the 2 over 1 plus Y. And you just calculate, your G is 98%. So that's going to be 2 over 1 plus 0.98. Let's give you 1.01. Your CT, both factory CT and customer requirement CT, they are equal. Okay?